Hey guys, just making a video on the madness that is the madness PvP build. Doing it the right way. Want to show everybody how you really should build this thing for maximum PvP effectiveness. Don't mind the ugly ass armor. Um, there are tons of different ways you can throw the armor together. This is a low poise variant of this build. Some people may want more poise on a spear build. Either way, though, it's pretty much just to show you the stats for an SO 125, 130-ish build in the PvP meta range. A lot of different builds out there around Madness, but the thing about this one is you're going to see that I've got some arcane in there. Obviously, Dex and Faith for the spells. Obviously, that's what the Vikes, running dual Vikes. That's what the Vikes scales the hardest off of is Dex and Faith. But we have the 40 arcane for a specific reason. Now, arcane helps with status build up. It's not just bleed or poison. It actually works with madness status effect build up as well. It doesn't scale off of the weapons madness build up, but it does scale off of the spells, which you'll see. Obviously, we have the main madness spells. We also have Golden Vow, and we also have Flame Grant Me Strength to get the extra damage. So just to kind of show you, I'm using the flask that gives you Dexterity and Faith. So it's going to bump my Dex and Faith up to 50, 50, and Arcane of 40. Vigor's at 51, excuse me. But I still get over the 1900 HP threshold that 60 Vigor would give you, as you can see, by running Erdtree and Amber Medallion. I also run a 2-finger and a Millicent's. This gives me an extra 5 Dex and an extra 5 Faith. This is how I'm able to boost my stats this high, being only SL 130, and also have 1900 HP like if I had 60 Vigor, by only having 51 Vigor. So it puts me over the Vigor threshold that I think most people would say you want to be at for PvP, and then the stats are just kind of nutty, as you can see. So the reason why I want the arcane scaling, first and foremost, we all know about the troll, the Frenzied Burst troll, right? Which is the one-shot eye beam of death. At 40 arcane, I believe even at 37 or 38 arcane, you can get this to instant stun lock. But at 40 arcane, this thing will literally stun you in place and allow you to do the stun and then shoot again, the stun, and they're instantly dead at this skill level. So you need this to proc that instant madness off of that eye beam, right? So another thing I'm wearing is I'm wearing the silver tier, pretty much to give me 8 free arcane levels. So my arcane stats really only 32, but again, between the helmet and then these talisman, that's how I'm getting my HP and my Dex and my Faith and my arcane up that high. I'm not buffed. I don't have anything going on. I don't have any, runes popped or anything like that. These aren't inflated stats. These are just my base stats. Now, the base AR on this, because the Dex and Faith are so high, 638, right? If I pop this flask, which gives me an extra 10 Dex and an extra 10 Faith, because again, I'm using Dex and Faith, not Crystal Tier. So that puts me to 50-50. Now my AR goes up to 684, which is huge, right? So now if I go ahead and pop my Golden Vow, that boosts me to 786, and then add Flame Grant Me Strength on there, I'm at 944. So 944 AR on each Vike Spear, okay? Which is absolutely insane. With 1900 HP, and pretty much soft caps for Faith and Dex. Now, the beautiful thing about this, of course, if you want to use the cheesy eye beam, frenzied burst, you can, for instant stun lock. I don't really use that unless I'm going against gang squads, I'm outnumbered, or I run into another cheesy ass player using it. What I like having the arcane up there for is for the Flame of Frenzy. Because when you're using this thing and you're fighting, this thing is gonna pop madness so fast because of your high arcane scaling. It's ridiculous. And you can use it as a great AoE like as you're fighting and rolling around and whatnot, to just catch people off guard and instantly proc madness. So it's a really, really good setup. I'll show you guys a couple little invasions, and we'll get some invaders in here and kind of see what we can do. But yeah, that's the way you want to run the setup, man. You want to run it with 40 Dex, 40 Faith, and 40 Arcane. It's kind of the best of all worlds in one, and you're still only SO 130, which will match you with SO 125 players. So let's see if we can get an invader in here. See if I don't get destroyed on my video. And show you guys what I'm talking about. And again, you got the cheesy I-beam if you want to use it. If you're looking for that instant stun lock build where you can 2-tap, stun them, or whatever, it's there. I don't use that. Like I said, unless they're gang squads. On invasions, sometimes I will. All right, so we got a guy coming in. Goodbye. Again, it's the arcane, scaling, it's everything. It's just a disgusting build. And again, the AR there is over 900 with Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength proc. And I think Flame Grant Me Strength had even worn off by that time. But still, you see how devastating this thing is. I mean, literally. Let's see if we can get one more. All right, here we go. He's out of there. So again, guys, I mean, I'm not even really using a lot of the spells. You know, I'm not using the cheesy eye burst. You know, I don't really like using this thing. It's just, I don't think this shit should be in a game like this. It's only there just in case you have other cheesy ass players. I'll show you one more. I'll try and use a little bit more Frenzied Flame this time, so you can see, you know, because that's a really good spot. I don't think that's broken because, you know, you can dodge out of the way, you can telegraph it. If you're a good player, you can kind of see what's coming. But again, you can see how this build just does everything. The Vikes hit super hard because I'm at 40 and 40. You got the spell buffs. I mean, the damage on this thing is just ridiculous. And again, it's still giving me the 50 and the 50 because I have the flasks still haven't worn off because those things last for 3 minutes, which is crazy. Which is more than enough if you're doing invasions to kill a host, and more than enough to host a few back-to-back, you know, where you lure the invaders in like I'm doing now. Yeah, I'm shit at making videos. I never make videos. It's just I see a lot of people running the Madness build, the dual Vikes, and they're not really doing it the right way. So I wanted to show how you should actually be running this build and what you can do with talismans and within the limitations of this skill level if you go up this high, which is still just meta. And if you want to stay at 125, then, you know, just pull the faith down by 5. Go to 35 faith and be at 125. You know, which would be 30 faith with the +5 faith talisman. There's tons of flexibility in the build. It's really, really good. Let's see if we can get one more. I'll just show off the double running L1 attack more and the Frenzied Flame a little bit more. All right. Oh, he's got the Helix too. This is going to be a good one. Oh my god, this fucking spell. You see? Like, as good as that shit is, that shit's a little overrated. Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy. Fucking cheesy ass spammer. You see this kind of guy? I'll just fucking... You know, he wants to be cheesy and spam cheesy ass spells and shit, then that's when you just get him out of here. You know what I mean? It's kind of a shitty fucking duel we just had because I'm smoking a cigar at the same time in one hand, so. But yeah, you guys get the point. Again, 40, 40, 40 across the board. You can do 40, 35, 40, but the arcane's important for the spells. Let me see if I can get one more. I really want to show off the, more of the Flame of Frenzy. Look how nasty that can really be. Like, you don't need to use that I-beam. I only use that when I have troll, like, he's just trolling, you know, spell spamming. Like, it's fucking absurd. It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to sit there and go back and forth with some dude who's spamming Dragon Rot Breath and fucking a million stupid fucking things at me. Okay, this guy was, like, nice enough to let me buff. Whoa. Yeah, I baited him right there. See, I could have hit him with the double L1, but I wanted to fucking throw this off a little bit. I had him done. You see what I'm saying? Like, the range is fucking crazy. Now he's done. You know what I mean? But that's why you want to have 40 arcane. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, my PSN's D Wilmington 1. If anybody has any questions, there you go.